Morning, Bouncy Bugs. Hope you're well. It's Wonderful Wednesday. I hope you're all remembering to wear your mask when you go outside. And remember, before you take your mask off, you must always wash your hands or sanitize because often there are lots of germs on our hands. So we need to make sure that our hands are very clean before we touch our face. Because are we allowed to touch our faces? No. So Mrs. Jossa has made sure her hands are really, really clean. Look, Mrs. Doss, they're in between my fingers and my thumbs, and you can even scratch your fingers like that to make sure your nails are nice and clean. Remember at night, before you go to sleep, if you see your nails a little bit long, ask Mommy to cut them so none of the germs can go underneath. All right, so I can take my mask off now. Okay. Right, boys, it's Wonderful Wednesday, and it's Letterland Day. So let's read all about our new Letterland character. Did you know there are robots in Letterland? This one is called Red Robot, and he can be a real troublemaker. I hope you're not a troublemaker. He likes to take things that don't belong to him, and that's not right. He always carries his sack so he can put things in it and roll away on his silver red roller skates. No wonder people sometimes call him Robber Robot, because he takes things that don't belong to him, and that's not right. Red Robot has a remote control racing car. He'd better be careful or his racing car will run into the horses from the riding school. If you look in the picture, you can see the horses from the riding school. Red Robot hopes you won't recognize him in his capital letter shape at the top of the page, because the rascal has changed his shape. There he is over there. So when he doesn't want to be seen, he changes his shape. But we won't let him fool us, will we? We'll still hear him growling his rrrr sound in words, whether he is big or small. So Robber Robot says rrrr. Can you say rrrr? Rrrr. Very good. Let's see in the picture what starts with his sound. R for, what's that? Roses. Let's look what's in his sack. Can you see there? R for roller skates. R for ruler. And I think that over there is a R for radio. This is Robber Red. And can you see his remote control racing car? What is on his feet? Roller skates. And what is this funny animal over here by the dustbin? That's called a raccoon. What do you find in this dustbin that starts with R? Rubbish. Very good. Look at these beautiful flowers. Those are called roses. Roses are red, violets are blue. Mrs. Dossa misses you, but I love you. And there we go. There's some horses, and they are at the riding school. What is this beautiful thing in the sky here? A rainbow. So as you can see, there are lots of things that start with R. Red Robot. Robber Robot. And he's a rascal because he steals things. Let's see what else starts with R. Can we say them together? Let's say R for rainbow, R for rocket ship, R for roses, and R for red robot with roller skates. And let's look in his bag again. R for ruler and R for radio. Very good. Now, Mrs. Doster has got some lovely cards here. Let's have a look at my cards. Do you know what that is? That is a ring. And who knows what is this red stone on the top? It's called a ruby. A ruby. And it says, Red Robot loves to run off with things like this red ruby ring. Because the rascal, he likes to take things that don't belong to him. But that's not right. Oh, Mrs. Doster would love to have a red ruby ring like that. It's absolutely beautiful. What is this? It's a rocket ship. Red Robot would like to ride in his red rocket ship. Can you see the color red? And look at those flames. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. What's this over here? Red Robot's best color is, what color is that? Red. Can you guess why? Why do you think he likes the color red? Because red starts with his sound. R for red. Very good. Well done, boys. So what I want you to do today is I want you to go and look in your garden, look around your house, and see how many things that you can find that start with R. I'm sure you will find a lot. And if you want to, and you've got a little bit of time today, maybe you can draw those things on a piece of paper. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay. Well, boys, today we are going to carry on for art our fruit bowl picture. Now, yesterday you colored in, well, on Monday you colored in your fruit, and I saw some photos of the fruit that you boys colored, and I'm very proud of you. Today we're going to make the fruit bowl. So Mrs. Doster gave you something that looks like this. What I first want you to do is I want you to cut very carefully along the black line. Be careful you don't cut along that line, because then the top of the fruit bowl will come off. So start on the one side and very carefully cut around the outside, and then you'll have your fruit bowl. Make sure, remember, your scissors are like a racing car and it needs to stay on the line, because if you cut on the inside, your fruit bowl is going to be so small, and if you cut on the outside, then it's not really going to look like a fruit bowl. So make sure you stay on the line. Right, then we're going to decorate our fruit bowl using the paper Mrs. Doster gave you. We're going to do some paper tearing. Now, when I do paper tearing, what I like to do, but you don't have to do this, only if you want to, I like to draw the patterns on my fruit bowl where I want to put the paper tearing. So I don't have oh yeah, I've got a pen here. Let me just grab my pen quickly. So what I like to do is I like to take a pencil or a pen and get a book to press on, and I like to do the patterns on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to do one over there and one over there. Okay, now you can see I've got the big space on the top, and I've got 1, 2, 3 spaces there. And for each little part, I'm going to stick a different color. Okay, so I've got green and red paint, R for red. So I'm going to do the red paper tearing here. Then I'm going to put the green, then the red, and then on the top, I'm actually going to color it in with some pastels. Okay, and I'll take a picture a little bit later for you what mine looks like. I would love to see yours. But this can also take quite a long time. So what I suggest you do is to go and get 2 bowls or 3 bowls, depending on how many colors of piece of papers you've got, and sit while you may be watching some TV, or if mommy's reading you a story, or you're sitting outside in the garden, and just tear your little piece of paper first. Okay, because it's going to make your fingers quite tired. Then have a little relax, and you can come back and you can put some glue stick and you can stick your paper. Let me show you how to paper tear for those that don't know. Alright, so I've got my red piece of paper. You can see it's very big. I can't just take this piece of paper and stick it on my fruit bowl. I've got to tear it. So Mrs. Doster is going to take little bits, my fingers, and I'm going to tear. And I'm going to tear. Okay, you can't have 2 bigger pieces because it's not going to work. When you've finished tearing them, then you can very carefully go and you can glue them all over your fruit bowl. Make sure you don't leave any space, and you're going to cover the whole thing. This might take you just today. It might take you today and tomorrow. So don't rush. Okay, just take your time and do it your very, very best. Okay, so that's art for today, boys. I hope you enjoy that. Mrs. Dasa hasn't really given you anything else. There's a few extension activities if you want to go and do on the last slide, you can, but this is probably going to take you quite a while. So enjoy it, and I can't wait to see what your fruit bowls look like. Loads of love. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget to clean your hands.